Let's get it on, SpeedZoneTV fans. Here tonight, race number 2, round 1 of the playoffs, where we're going to be looking to advance 7 drivers with 1 wild card at the end of the night. 80 laps under the hot Kansas sun. Race is being sponsored by Outlier Speed Co. I'm going to be your host, Robert Warren's up in the booth. We're looking for some great action. We got 15 cars in the field, but let's take a look at some track conditions first. So 75 degrees, partly cloudy, 2-mile-an-hour winds, not a cloud in the sky. It's going to be greasy and hot on this 1.5-mile speedway. Expecting to see some action, mixing it all up. So take a look at our grid now. Who's shaking and moving tonight? Going to be watching out for some of these cars. 93 grabs the pole. That's Bud Shearer. Zapata in the outside pole in the 38. Fox in third. Kahn 4th. Tolleson 5th. Henry 6th. Cookhausen 7th. Shriver 8th. Burke 9th. Baker 10th. Rideout 11th. Pottle 12th. Bridgman 13th. Oaks 14th. And rounding out the field, Christopher Schusler. Shout out to Big Bex, holding it down for him while he plays on the computer. Guys are getting ready, stacking it up on the backstretch. Lights are off on the pace truck. Shout out to Dennis Warnez, who can't be here. He's out in Punta Canada and trying out the hospital facilities there. Hopefully his butt starts to feel better. That's pretty greasy. But 8 laps, about 25 laps for the pit window here. Getting ready to go green. Good start by the 93 and the 38. Kahn tight on the bumper in that 21. Fox falls back a little bit. 2 by 2 as far as the eye can see. Go ahead and take a look at our playoff drivers a little bit later on. But, you know, Kansas is known for that tire wear. So drivers are going to want to be managing those tires, making sure that they got speed at the end of the run. Zapata gets out to an early lead, 3/10 almost. Running the higher groove. I don't know if that's going to be the way to go, but, you know, Kansas, you can expect to see some slide jobs there. Shoot it in deep and hard on the low side and just drift up in front of that outside driver. Make sure you're smashing that like button. We're hoping to get our plaque one day. We're about 99,000 subscribers away from getting our YouTube plaque. Make sure you throw a like on the broadcast and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate the support as always. 6/10 by Zapata now over Shearer, followed by Fox and Kahn, and Henry ran out the top 5. I don't know if that's a strong pace he wants to set. Olsen drifting a little bit further back in the field in his shocker paint. Little brush of the wall. Lex Baker seeing right front damage on the 33 machine of Polson. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a camera on that. You can see the scuff marks on the paint there. That might be an aero problem. You can see now, we look at the nose of the car. Significant damage on the nose and that right front fender. That's going to be a tough battle for Tolleson to make up that time. At our leader, Javier Zapata, up in the points battle for the playoffs. Next week, we're heading to Iowa for round 1 of round 2 for Lightning Esports playoff brackets. We've seen a mix of tracks thrown at these drivers, but we've had a consistent, I would say, 5 or so drivers that have snagged just about every win possible. Blistering times by that 38 machine. Seven-tenths the marker over Fox. Kahn rolls into third. Burke fourth. Henry fifth. They're swapping spots. Rapida's got 2 wins on the season. Going 3 by Shearer. 1 by Kahn. Horn Young, we haven't seen him in the postseason. Throttle got one at dirt on the dirt track, and Tolleson grabbed one as well. Taking over at our last lap times, 30.6 for Zapata, 30.55 for Fox. Kahn matches Zapata. Henry at 30.7. Burke matches Henry. Throttle as quick as the leader, and it looks like Tolleson is about 4 to 5 tenths off the leader. That's going to be a challenge there because he is a playoff contender. Take a look at the battle here. 5th spot, got Bridgman, Burke, all up in the mix. Trying to get around the 05 of Throttle. Doing a good job of getting a run tonight. Early on. 10 laps in so far, coming to 11 at the line. Fox falling off the bumper of Zapata even more as he opens up the lead. And McNulty giving a shout out to Burke, currently sitting in the 6th spot. Let's get a zoom in on Burke's car here. Member of the RBS, the No BS team. Right, racing. With Burke looking on the outside of Throttle. Is going to be even in the middle part of the corner. Getting a run on the outside. That's where drivers are going to want to make their moves. Shout out to our sponsors rolling in the bottom right-hand side. Title sponsor for tonight's race, Outlier Speedco. If you're in the market for some open iRacing setups, great prices, great speed, and great packages for just about anything that you need. Burke turned on the burners, diving under Fox. Crazy speed by that 94 machine. Looking to make a move on Henry now. Let's see what Burke's deciding here. Zapata 9 tenths over Kahn. Henry turns up the jets too. They're slowly starting to catch the leader, Zapata. That 38 machine doing a good job. The high flow air filter is K&N sponsored 38 Chevrolet. Beautiful looking car. If you're taking a look at the stream, make sure you're clicking the gearbox in the bottom right hand side. You want to force that 4K. SpeedZoneTV giving you the most sexiest broadcasting possible of iRacing with all of the graphics, all of the shimmer, all of the shine. You're going to want to make sure that you're taking advantage of that. We pop it back and forth with our chat every once in a while. So if you want to see an update on your driver, let us know. I'm closing in the gap. He's 3/10 back now. We're probably about 8 laps away from the pit window. We're going to see green flag stops. Zappa has been running that high side. A little bit harder on the tires, I suspect. Sometimes the wind exposure here can unsettle the cars. We haven't quite seen it yet. Perhaps when these tires get a little bit more worn, you're going to want to, be gentle on the throttle and show discipline. That's exactly what that 21 machine's doing on the bottom side, not using up that right front by loading up with the throttle too soon. I think really what we're going to see here is some pit strategies start to come into play. Those drivers that start to short pit or hold the long game, putting themselves in traffic situations, is going to be quite challenging. Bridgman looking to get a run on the 05 of throttle Pottle while Burke's running the high side with Fox in behind. This is the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and also 8th. We haven't even talked about him yet. That's the 20 machine of Oak starting to show some late run speed. Pottle doing a good job of running both lanes, taking away the draft from the high side. Bridgman and Burke nowhere to go. Getting tight there. Battle 3 wide going into turn 3. That's right out on the bottom in that 76. That's a new paint for him. Let's take a look at that. Maybe it's not so new. Oh yeah, shout out to the fireman, Mr. Consistency. I'm pretty sure that's his Playboy calendar name. Watch out, ladies. He's a real lady killer. Right out, great run off the exit there. Burke gets a little loose, 3 wide down the backstretch. Fox and Rideout clear Burke. Zapata now battling Con. Let's go ahead and take a look at our lead while the battle here is just intense. Henry also up in the mix. Seen a lot of great runs from that 10 machine as the season has progressed. Really put a mark down to say, hey, I'm a contender for this championship. I got a great sponsor, Mobile One, synthetic oil, giving me extra horsepower to get me up front, and he's looking to steal away the second spot. Burke and Oaks battling it out now. We'll go ahead and take a look at that battle. That's for 7th and 6th. Bridgman there and Fox. Fox falls behind. He had a very strong run at the start there, but it looks like tire management might have been a factor for him. Stephanie Miller giving a big shout out to Jesse Fox for the win. Come on, Foxy boy. On Henry Shriver in the pits. Take a look at the 69 machine sponsored by Menards. Monster energy drinks on the hood. I had to get off of those and developed a bad addiction to them. So now I just pop pre-workout powder all the time. It's even better. Go ahead and take a look at these pit cycles. Right here. Drivers all in the pit lane. There's 5 of them. Coming out first. I think that's 87 of Baker. He's going to be a lap down. Kong gets away quite quickly. Shriver next. Not sure. We'll take a look at the pit times in just 1 second. Next gaggle of cars. Technical term, that means a lot. Ooh, dropped my cell phone. Olson, I wonder if he's going to be using the fast repair here. Without a caution, he might be in trouble to maintain speed. He does. You see that fender pops right out. Throttle Paul will get in the way. Burke second. Tolson, quick pit stop there. Look like fuel only. You do got to play the tire strategy. These drivers only get 2 sets. Here and ride out in the pits now. Mr. Consistency alongside Oaks there. Oaks, I'm sure, has gone away. He's still out, actually. He did not pit yet. Go ahead and take a look. He's coming through the pits now. Lap 27. 27.54. You do it on one more stop, but, you know, be very interesting here to see if races stay green tonight. Pit stop times. See, Khan only took fuel, Pottle fuel, Shriver fuel. Zapata took tires. Burke took tires. Olson fuel only as well. See the strategy for Shearer here. Looks like a fuel only stop. Many different styles for these drivers. Strategy now, a factor 21 machine is now our leader, 4 seconds over the field. We're going to see if Zapata is able to close up that gap. 6 seconds, the difference on pit lane. Is tires worth it? You know, that's going to be the big question. We'll take a look at lap times last time around. 31 seconds, 31.1 for the 21 machine, 31.4 for Zapata. So if math was mathematical, then in approximately 12 laps, Zapata should be able to close the gap if he's maintaining that. The sun of Kansas City shining on the windshield of these drivers. Coming down the backstretch for that 21 machine. He's doing a great job. Zapata closing up that gap. Pit window's going to be around lap 52 if we stay green. First pocketing a set of tires. Very interesting. There is a late race caution. It's going to work out. Hopefully Zapata is able to close up that gap. But we've got quite the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Go ahead and take a look at that. These guys are running tight. $14 of Shriver. We have not seen a lot of him tonight. Take a look at these times again. Fuel only. Burke got tires, but he's sitting in the wake alongside with Oaks. Might be draft pulling them around. Maybe they're just twinkle tone on that accelerator. Not quite sure. .7 the marker. Shriver brushes the wall on the exit of 2. Gets a little squirrely. Tolson able to get away and avoid the carnage there. Gonna look at that 38 machine as he's closing down the gap really quick. 1.5 back. There's some analyticals. Hard to see that green font, but once again, Zapata is about 4 to 5 tenths quicker a lap, maintaining that pace over the 21 machine. It's really going to come down to pit strategy. Zapata's got to be in a position to make it only on one stop, and he would grab the win and tie Bud Shearer for most wins on the season. Oaks and Pottle duking it out now. Look where that tire advantage is going to come in. Burt gets around Pottle. Han's coming in the pits now. Looking to do an undercut strategy. If it stays green, he's going to be doing the right thing, I guess. You know, pushing hard, grabbing tires now. Half is mathing. They come in at 54. 26 laps to fuel, so a little bit of clutching would be able to split the difference. So if Zapata's watching, he's going to want to stretch out entering the pits as long as possible. Maintain that tire advantage. 21 machine gets away from the pits. Pottle also getting away from the pits. Henry going a lap down. Not sure what happened to the Henryinator. Zapata is our new leader. 38 showing how to get it done around the track. Let's hop in his cockpit. Right tight to the wall. Rumor is that if you get up close enough to that wall, there's a little bit of an air pocket there. And that air pocket helps the car rotate through the corners. You've seen that 38 run up near the wall the entire race, doing a great job of it. Shout out to Sim Racing Addict, one of our sponsors, MRM Designs, Outlier Speed Co. Lightning Wraps, Car to Sell in East Windsor, New Jersey. Gotta work on our enunciation of things. These guys are sponsoring every lap, making it possible for viewers at home to watch the broadcast. Thank you, a part of the show. Fox on the bumper of Rideout. Mr. Consistency, the fireman, under fire. Probably got the fire hose out. Cool it off, baby. Going live again Monday night, covering off Roughnecks Racing's Wagner's Welding Super Speedway Series. Guys duke it out with about 20 plus cars. Season number 8 for these guys. Heck of a show. So you're going to want to be tuned into that. And then also we'll be live again Wednesday night for Roughneck Racing's Wagner's Welding Truck Series. Great battle with those trucks. We see some cross-pollination of the drivers hopping between both series at Lightning Esports and Roughneck Racing. Bridgman looking to get under Fox. Fox running that high side. That's Oaks in behind. I'm really interested to see if this stays green, how the strategy is going to go. Got the shoes left. 61. Currently sitting in 8th, looking to get on the bumper of Cuxhausen. Also showing a lap down. It's likely from the short fuel strategy that they're running. These are a group of drivers decided to hit early, so you're seeing 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th all one lap down, all running about the same strategy. Get an idea of our track map here. You can see that 13th ain't too far ahead. Here's the 12th car. That's going to be the car to watch. Got about a half track. You can see the distance that Khan is able to pull there. He's able to actually conserve more fuel by being up in that draft. Working the outside around the fireman. Fox looking to get around Rideout. Fox down into the pits. Nice smooth entry. Gonna look at our leader, the 38 machine of Javier Zapata. On the bumper of Baker, about to go a lap down. So it's very important here. Drivers are really up in a heads-up battle with themselves. And it's not so much about where you finish tonight, but in relation to other drivers. Let's go ahead and take a look at our playoff standings right now. Our winner last week, Robert Kahn, leads the playoffs points. Rideout in second, Cookhausen third, Henry fourth, Driver fifth, Zapata sixth, Olesen seventh, Hoddle eighth, Shearer ninth. Young and Warrens with goose eggs on their points right now. Weren't in attendance last week. So we'll advance 7 tonight. So, you know, you got to think about how it's going to play out. If the race was to finish right now, it looks like Tolson would be on the wrong side of that coin toss. Coin. There we go. Coin toss. Coin toss. And, he's likely sitting in the 9th spot. After coming down the pits now, I told him he's got to stay out. He did not stay out as long as I expected. It's going to make Burke our leader. Go ahead and hop in the cockpit of that 94 machine. Shout out to Justin Reynolds. Burke's running that 94 in honor of Reynolds, former racer at Lightning Esports. In the high side as well. Take a look at lap times for funsies. 31.1 last time around, 31.42 for Rideout, Bridgman 31.4, Oaks 31.4, Cookhausen 31.09. His car in the top 6. 32s for Shearer and Shriver. Cookhausen and Shriver in the pits. It looks like we're watching Burke. Smooth as butter. That's how I like to butter my toast in the morning. As he splits it right in the pits. Got Schuessler coming in as well. Uncanny for that 61 machine to be pitting with other people. Gonna make that that 76 machine, Mr. Consistency, Mike Rideout, our current leader. If he's able to stretch it out to lap 54 and one stop it, perhaps with Bridgman and Oaks, who might be trying to do the same thing. I mean, I think, you know, it's going to be hard-pressed for anyone to make up the pit lane time if you consider the whole time spent in pit lane. We'll take a look at the times here. You can see that it's 45 seconds down pit road. Oh, Rideout down in the marbles. Gets a little squirrely as he crosses down onto the apron. Smooth recovery. Live on SpeedZoneTV. Mr. Consistency. Have a slip of faith there. Shout out to 84 of Hoffert, former racer at Lightning Esports. Another angel in the sky alongside Reynolds. These guys are always watching down on us as we're racing Right out smooth as he gets away. Fuel only. I mean, mathematically, if he's able to clutch a little bit here, he might end up exactly where he needs to be. But our new leader slowly working his way up 13 spots tonight. It's that 20 machine of Young Slate Roofing, Jeff Oakes. No stranger to being up front, but just really picking off a slow strategy. Comes in a lap later than 76 a ride out. Crazy times here. We're having a Butte-ski of a race. 55 laps in. This one's just hammering down. Smooth entrance into the pit box. I don't know who's jacking up the car because the pit crew's just standing around. Reminds me of Daytona or Days of Thunder when they're like, can't come in for ice cream, Cole. We're eating ice cream. You can't get tires. Oaks the tires. He's getting out. Excellent pit strategy there by that 20 machine. He shouldn't need to pit anymore. Our current leader is going to be that 93 machine. The Burger King, the double whopper. Bud Shearer will be his last pit stop as well. I mean, I really don't know how this cycle is going to cycle out. Khan's going to be our leader, but I know he's got to come in one more time. Right side's up on that 93. He's going for the marbles tonight. Our current leader, last week's winner, the 21 machine, Robert Khan. His quick lane Ford. Beautiful gold numbers on that beast. Once again, make sure you just throwing a like out on that broadcast. Share it out to your friends, family, whomever. Make sure you subscribe too, because Chris Schuessler really wants a plaque, and so do I, even though Throttle Paul will probably take it mean sometimes. That's what I heard. Having a great race, though. Let's go ahead and take a look at that 5 machine. Currently in 3rd right now. Happen to going around on the outside. Throttle currently 8th in the standings. Having a great run tonight, likely to advance. Olsen and Khan down pit lane. Both these drivers locked into the same strategy, both with a late set of tires as well. Actually, no, they took tires on the last stop. Our new leader, which is our old leader, 38 of Zapata. Go ahead and pop in the cockpit, see if we hear any fuel strategy with that clutch pedal. He came in last on lap 47. He's going to have to pit again. So, you know, I don't see him, unless a caution comes out, as being tonight's victor. You know, if I was a gambling man, it's looking like that 20 machine of Oaks might squeak out a win if it stays green. He pitted on lap 54. He's got enough, if he's clutching, to go the whole way. Schuessler came in on lap 50. He's going to have to stop one more time. We haven't seen any drivers stretch it out 30 laps. 4.5 seconds back of Zapata. Into that 20 machine of Oaks. Watching. Don't tell anyone he's saving fuel. Excellent strategy here. You just got to pocket a little bit of fuel to get the rest of the way. Let's hear Hausen. He pitted on 49. Unfortunately, 31 laps won't be possible. A little brush of the wall. He enters the corner. Bridgman and Rideout, similar pit stop lap to Oaks 2 laps earlier. Somebody tell, oh, he is clutching. You see those RPMs drop. That means that that driver holding in that clutch. That's a 69 at Jesse Fox going away on the inside there. Bridgman gets around too. Happening in the pits. Up 9 spots. Bridgman, heck of a run. Might just wild card into the playoffs for round 2. Take a look at our schedule 1 second. Next week we're headed to Iowa and then Daytona for the completion of round 2. 4 drivers will advance. And 1 wild card for the final race on December 14th at Michigan. Sounds like Bridgman caught the fever, started popping the clutch. But Throttle Poddle may not know that they're popping the clutch. She's going to want to go high here. She sends it wide and high. She's able to clear. Bridgman realizes that he's a little short on fuel. You can see he's slow to pick up the throttle. Rideout gets by him on the outside. He's been saving a little bit more aggressively. Smart if these two work together. Juicler, Ranger Danger, up in P1. What would really work in his favor right now is a caution. Don't think he's going to see one, though. They're supporting the Outlier Speedco sponsor, also tonight's race sponsor, along with our other league sponsor. Shout out to them, making it all possible for everyone to view everything. We're in the market for some sim racing equipment. Perhaps it's a new rig, wheels, or pedals. You're going to want to hit up Sim Racing Addict. SimLab is also great for some iRacing paraphernalia if you're looking to get into the virtual sport. Driver showing a crash. Let's go ahead and take a look at our SpeedZoneTV replay and see what happened here. And he jumped to the pits. No caution though, so good for him. Like Shriver tapped out. Back to live action here. Sir, 12 laps to go. Needs fuel. Praying for a caution. Needs a lucky lady. Take a look at the 5 machine of Luckies. Brandon Cookshausen in his Chevy-powered mobile. Not sure if Henry's going to be able to get around Tolson. Have to go ahead and take a look at where Henry is on the track and see that 33 car. That only 2 drivers behind him. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough points help Olsen advance it into the next round of the playoffs. Gonna need some of these drivers in front of them to pit and maybe cycle ahead. Look at some lap times as these guys are getting down with the final laps to go. 9 laps to go on the clock before we can't crown a Kansas City winner. 31.46, 31.32 for our front two. 31.1 Brookshouden. 31.5 for Bridgman. 32 flat for Rideout. Sure. 31 even. 31.8 for Kahn. Oh, a little bump there. Looks like Cookhausen was making a late pit entry. Henry tags his bumper. Schuessler in the pits as well. Drivers do a great job of recovering that. Oaks now our leader. With 7 laps to go. We know he's got enough fuel. He's been saving. Just a super clean race for season number 5 at Lightning Esports. In our final race of round 1 of the playoffs, 7 drivers will advance. Then we'll have a wild card draw. Those 8 drivers will enter round 2 at Iowa and Daytona, where a 2-race showdown, having 4 advance and 1 wild card for the final duke out at Michigan. Oaks 10 seconds of a lead. Bridgman second. Rideout 11 markers back from Oaks. Based on how it would finish now, Henry, Cookhausen, Otto, Burke, all in the playoffs. That mathematically should give Tollefson enough points to advance. If you squint one eye, Shriver dropped out. Needed a good run, but that might tank Shriver's ability to advance. Tick tock, tick tock. There's not a lot of time for stuff to happen here. Taking a look at the 05 machine, a throttle paddle. Decked out with all the league sponsors. Looks like she's a little far back from Olesen. Is currently battling with our leader right now. Olsen doesn't want to go a lap down. See if he's able to hold off, but at the same time, Oaks doesn't need to make a pass here. He's pretty much got it in the bag. With no cautions. Heck of a race tonight, no cautions, and the race is about to go official for the final lap. Doesn't matter what happens now. First one to the checkered flag wins the race, and Oaks has got 8.5 seconds over Bridgman, 12 over Rideout, 14 over Shearer, and almost 16 seconds over Kahn. Heck of a job by the 20 machine. With the strategy of the night, tire management, fuel management, all the managements of managing. And really just kind of showing the class of the field up 13 spots. Grab the win. So, we saw him start further back and then work his way up. P2. Bridgman up 11 spots. Same thing, just doing a great job of being strategic strategies. Our fireman, the biggest fire hose in the series, Mike Rideout, Mr. Consistency, grabs P3. Heck of a job. Gonna take a quick break and then look to have some interviews. Gonna want to see what these drivers have to say as they close out tonight's race for round 1 being completed and what their thoughts are going into round 2 next week at Iowa. Be right back.
Bad credit? No problem. We finance everyone. Plus, save up to 30% when you buy through our website. And we got the deal of the century. Send a friend our way, and if they buy a car, you get up to $300 cash straight to your wallet. It's summer, it's your time, and you deserve to drive the car of your dreams. Come on down and we'll put it all together for you. We want you out of that old ride and into something fresh. And that something is here at Car to Sell. Bad credit? No problem. We finance everyone. Plus, save up to 30% when you buy through our website. And we got the deal of the century. Send a friend our way, and if they buy a car, you get up to $300 cash straight to your wallet. It's summer, it's your time, and you deserve to drive the car of your dreams. Come on down and we'll put it all together for you. We want you out of that old ride and into something fresh. And that something is here at Car to Sell. Bad credit? No problem. We finance everyone. Plus, save up to 30% when you buy through our website. And we got the deal of the century. Send a friend our way, and if they buy a car, you get up to $300 cash straight to your wallet. It's summer, it's your time, and you deserve to drive the car of your dreams. Come on down and we'll put it all together for you. We want you out of that old ride and into something fresh. And that something is here at Car to Sell.
Going to be bringing in our P3 finisher tonight, Mr. Consistency, Mike Rideout. Congrats on your P3 tonight. How are you feeling about it?
Back again.
Oh, yeah. Man, that's back-to-back, isn't it? Terrifying.
I was feeling good. I wasn't sure what was going to happen there for a while. There was a point there where I was hoping the caution was going to come out, and then there was a point where I was hoping it wasn't going to come out. And pretty much saving fuel, clutching on every turn for that whole last tire run. But yeah, we made it. Just ran out of fuel, and I probably about on the back stretch, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you would have been cutting it tight because you pitted lap 52, and we were popping in everyone's cars to see who was clutching and whatnot, and even Oaks had to clutch as well. And I was wondering if you're going to be able to grab Bridgman at the end, but you both started to lock into that same strategy. I don't know if he was listening to your car, if he's listening to the broadcast, but he wasn't clutching right at the start. So
I did notice a lot of the time I was alongside him, he was doing the same thing. I was kind of surprised that he did pull away from me, but I guess he managed to save a little more fuel, maybe on the run before, I'm not sure, but yeah.
Well, it looks like you're locked into round 2 of the playoffs with 2 Mr. Consistency finishes. We're going to Iowa next week. Are you a fan of Iowa? I know it's one of my favorite tracks, so if you want to come up in the booth and I'll race for you, that's cool. What are your thoughts on Iowa?
I mean, I'm sure you'll fill the seat, but I don't know. Yeah, it should be all right. I think. It's not my favorite track, but it still should be good.
Yeah, just got to be mindful of going into turn one, enter below the bumps, and then just not use it up in 3 and 4 too much. I think I don't know how this car is going to run there. I think 3 and 4 you're going to see like the high line be fast in 3 and 4. I don't know about 1.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, I mean Daytona after that. I'm pretty sure you love super speedways. So you think we're going to see you in the final round of the playoffs, or is it just too early of a premonition?
I don't know. I think we got a good chance. I think you might see us there.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, congrats on your P3 finish tonight, Mr. Consistency, Mike Rideout. I'm hoping by the end of the season we call you a champion and I get one of your signed calendars. But who do you want to give a shout out to tonight?
As usual, thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to SpeedZoneTV, and all the drivers and all the fans watching at home.
Heck yeah. Well, I hope to be talking to you again next week, Mike. You've been, very strategic with your strategies, stratification of your races and strategy land. So that's been great to see. The fuel strat paid off for you, and wishing you all the best in round 2 of.
Thanks, Robert.
All right, have a good night, buddy.
Good night.
That's our P3 finisher, the Fireman. Looks like the other drivers, Bridgman and Oaks, not clear of the tech shed just yet. Give him a second, but excellent run by Bridgman tonight. We don't normally see him right up front, but did an excellent job of saving fuel right alongside Rideout to grab P2 tonight, and our winner, Jeff Oaks, just the best strategy out of everyone. Really, it was nice to see him hold off on the pit cycle, wait till lap 54, and then save a little bit of fuel, and then over a 10-second lead to show how to get it done, and crowning himself the Kansas City champion tonight. Take a look at our results for the field before we sign off for this evening. Oaks grabs the win. Bridgman second. Rideout, we just heard the Fireman himself talk about how he was favoring the strategy. Shearer grabs P4, Kahn P5, Zapata 6th, Tolleson 7th, Pottle 8th, Schuessler 9th, top 10 for Schuessler, good job. Burke 10th, Fox in 11th, Cookhausen 12th, Henry 13th, Baker 14th, and it looked like mechanical issues for that 14 machine of Shriver, rounding at the field in that 15th spot. Tough break for him. Talked about it a few times already, but we will look at the schedule one more time. Next week we'll be broadcasting Sunday night, 7:45 p.m. EST, race 1 of round 2 at Iowa Speedway. Going to be an awesome battle for 100 laps under the night lights, and then following that, taking a shot at the super speedway of Daytona for 50 laps under the night lights there, and then we'll be advancing to the final round where we're going to crown season 5 champion. Last 2 seasons in a row, we've seen wildcards come into the final round and just squeak out a win and crown themselves a champion. And I think that's one of the cool things about playoffs is sometimes the underdog comes in and just steals the show. So, you're going to want to be watching the next 3 weeks with SpeedZoneTV on Sunday nights. Get a part or piece of all that action. Shout out to our sponsor, Outlier Speedco, sponsoring tonight's race, and shout out to all of our sponsors: Cars to Sell, Sim Racing Addict, Sim Labs, MRM Designs, Lightning Wraps, making it possible for everyone to view the broadcast. Make sure you're putting a like out on SpeedZoneTV. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel so we get our plaque. Probably never happened, but you got to have dreams. You got to dream big. And wishing everyone the best week as we close out Sunday night here at SpeedZoneTV. I'm your host with the most, bringing you the sexiest broadcasts in all of iRacing, the sexiest of the sexies. So make sure you're sharing it with everyone. Anyhow, have a good week, everyone. Talk to you soon. Robert Warren signing off. Hope you join us again. Take care.